Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Newest in this gospel, brought lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a quick lesson through the Spirit, man. Just kind of meditating on some things and just observing conversations this morning. Just left off PT, physical therapy, man. And Edomites that work here, mainly all Edomites, of course. And you listen to the situations, and you look at our situations, and it's just like you can, without a doubt, you can tell, or how can I say this? Without a reasonable doubt, we know we the Israelites, okay? And I say that based on the account of the curses, the prophecies, of course. As always, the prophecies will always withstand the test of time because we fit the bill of prophecy, okay? No matter who scoffs and bucks up against it. But I was working with my PT, a physical therapist. I got an Edomite John, of course, Jake got the Edomite woman, right? Not bad looking, but when I see that these people are literally, they're bugged out, completely bugged out. And I'm noticing like a certain sense of anxiety on people as I was working with her, because she's not my original PT or physical therapist, because she was working with somebody else, my original one. So they gave me a substitute lady, which is an Edomite chick. And she made mention that she have a dog and a cat. And first thing in my mind, I'm like, yeah, she's one of them cat dog women that can't really find a man, because they expectations are too high. And on top of that, these people, they just can't really function right, because I notice she moves around a lot. She's real fidgety, and I believe that comes from like ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, when a person can't really sit still. And then a lot of these people are like on depression meds too, man, especially a lot of these women, So I was just kind of observing our behaviors, and I'm like, this lady, she really just can't really sit still. She's easily distracted, and she's not a bad looking lady at all. In the back of my mind, I'm like, where your man at? Like, what's going on with you? But then, depression pills, meds, all this shit play a factor into the average person in America, because everybody here is literally mentally sick. So I'm like, so what did you do over the weekend? She said, well, she had a little Christmas gathering with our family, which is typical. And I was like, was it chaotic? She said, yeah, of course it was chaotic. She said we was drinking and all this other shit. But you can feel the spirit of mirth on these people leaving them, because there's no excitement for this so-called holiday anymore. Okay, like back in the fucking early 90s and the 80s, I mean, this place would have been decked with celebration, snow everywhere, and people would literally just be just enjoying their time. But the spirit of the holiday season is dead, man. Okay, because ain't nobody got no money. Okay, nobody have any substance anymore, and people just they don't have that spirit in them anymore. Okay, and that's according to Isaiah the 24th chapter, when it goes into they should not drink wine with a song, nor with strong drink should be bitter into them. Because it's just like the people, they don't have it anymore. They don't have hope in this place anymore. Okay, but one thing that stood out to me was that she was speaking about her mom and dad. So I'm like, well, where did you grow up at? She said she grew up in a farm in like northwestern Missouri, and they grew up on a farm. And of course, she mentioned her father and mother. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this proves we're the Israelites, because most Jakes, they don't have the story to tell of both parents. Like she mentioned that, yeah, well, we're going on my mom's side of the family for tomorrow for the Christmas shit, and then we're gonna go out and visit my father. But Jake coming up in the trenches, we've never had that opportunity to visit both mothers. Some of us did, but overall the families wasn't that closely knitted together for Jake to have that type of testimony when family is together, because believe it or not, they say it takes a village to raise kids, and that's absolutely right. But usually in our situations, the mother then kept the kid from the father, and the kid don't know the father side of the family like that, and it's just all fucked up. So the spirit, like, yeah, this proves we're the Israelites, because he was just giving a rundown on how family oriented they are. And back of my mind, I'm like, shit, my family, they don't even fuck with each other like that. You know what I'm saying? But even among Esau, man, they're losing because she mentioned that how chaotic it was. Because believe it or not, these devils, they don't have it together like people think. Okay, Esau, he don't have it together like everybody think, man. Okay, because them curses are starting to hit their ass, you know. But Jake, we've been knee deep, we've been neck deep into the curses since our inception, since we got over here in America. And somehow, some way, Jake is still alive and kicking, barely. But Esau, he's getting ready to lose it, okay, because they just had this massive layoff of these Big Lot stores and the Party City stores. If anybody's familiar with Party City, they turn to like Spirit Halloween around the time of the Halloween season, and they sell like Halloween costumes and all that madness, right? But overall, people getting ready to lose their shit because jobs are shutting down. Okay, people ain't making money like they used to, and things are going up. So that white Christmas, even the spirit of Christmas is not even in this place, because even decades ago, you at least have snow on the ground, but it literally feels like October outside. Like, you know, you can't even determine what month it really is, okay? Because literally, it's no snow. You know, I mean, it's gloomy as all hell, but it's like 50 degrees out here. And we're living in some dark times, man, that the Lord is taking the spirit out of Babylon the Great. And it's a beautiful thing, if you ask me, because the scriptures say he's going to lay low the haughtiness and the Lord said he was going to lay low the terrible or the haughty, roughly paraphrasing it. Okay, because people here, they're proud as hell, and they have no type of semblance. They have no type of semblance as to they receiving judgment, because they're so entitled. And when I was around these physical therapists, I mean, you could tell they grew up with, you know, white picket fence, mom and father there, you know, dinner, 7 o'clock, all that shit, and yet they still are losing, which shows you that it don't matter, man. Okay, when you got your how on your side, hey, you could do anything, man. You know, because the average person will hear that and be upset about that, because most Jakes, they don't know their fathers, you know, or most Jakes don't have good relationships with their mothers or, you know, their grandparents and all this other stuff. Like me, for example, I don't know neither one of my grandfathers. I don't know my mother's father. I don't know my father's father. I never met him, you know, neither one of them. And the man that I knew as my grandfather, he wasn't really my grandfather, but I was named after him because my grandmother, you know, she named my father after a whole nother man, which means that she was committing adultery with the husband she was with and conceived my father, man, which shows you how wicked the woman is, man. So I'm named after a man that I'm not even related to. So Esau, he don't have that problem, but the scriptures goes into, you know, the fatherless and the widows and how the Lord would deal with the fatherless, man. So those are the curses. But overall, man, it's a done deal for this Edomite. All right, this is the book of Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shem Shabrakatah, GMS, rulership 13, rulership 4. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It says, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and statutes which he commanded thee. Yeah, and this fell upon our people. All right, and now it's falling upon our enemies, because the Lord said that he was going to take all these curses and he was going to put it on our enemies. So all the way from Esau to Moab, they're all getting ready to start having issues, man. Financial issues. You got Edomites that's moving among Jake now, man, in ghettos and shit. Like I remember when I was living in Chicago years ago, I remember when you get on the red line, all the so-called white people was getting off on 22nd Street, which is Chinatown, or 35th Street, which is Bronzeville area, which they built that place up now. So most Edomites was getting off, and anything past 35th Street going south was considered ghetto and hood. And Esau, you wouldn't see him riding a train past 35th Street. Now you got Edomites getting off all the way on 95th Street, which is the end of the line, where it ain't nothing but Jakes out there. They getting off on 63rd Street, which, you know, the projects used to be there. They're like, Esau catching hell, man. You know, he has to move among Jake now because they can't afford the rents. They're getting priced out. And overall, you know, you got these so-called white people speaking about how within the next decade or so, the next 20, 30 years, they're going to be the utmost minority, which they are the minority now. When you add in Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans, they are actually the minority. Okay? But these curses are coming upon our enemies, and call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? And it says here, and they should be upon thee for a sign and a wonder, and upon thy seed forever, right? And that's going back into the testimony I gave you about the lady that was actually working on me at the PT office, man, physical therapy, and she was just going into all this family shit. But even then, you can tell that she was discontent, because I'm like, how you gonna be in your own kingdom and you suffer from all types of mental problems? Because you can look at her and tell. I mean, she's a nice looking chick, she's in shape, but you can tell that the elevator don't go up to the top floor, man. You know, you could tell there's all types of drug use in our family, alcoholism, because Esau, believe it or not, they're some of the biggest druggies that you can come across, man. Okay, even though they try to put that moniker on Jake, these Edomites are real druggies, man. Okay, they getting high on the job, they do all types of shit, coming to work high as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's crazy, you know. And the Christmas spirit ain't looking too good for them, man, because like I was riding around the neighborhood, you don't have too many Christmas decorations up, man. And I stay predominantly around Edomites, you know. So you can tell that the spirit is not there. Everybody's down and depressed. Like we had a little holiday thing last week that we had that we attended at the job and shit, man. They threw some shit at a convention center, which really I just went for the food. I went for the food, I ate, and I left. I'm like, I don't want to be around you people. But just even being around these people, they got a sudden sense of depression on them, man. Okay, they don't see optimism in this place anymore. And you can really feel it. It's like, goddamn, the spirit is really, really changing. You know, nobody's in a holiday spirit like that. Nobody got no goddamn money. You see? So yeah, the tables are turning, man. And the Lord, he's making good on his promise. So only thing we got to do, brothers, is continue to hold on and pray, stay prayed up, and continue to believe, because it's just going to get worse from this point. Okay, it's not going to be on the up and up anymore. It's going to get a lot worse from henceforth. All right. Isaiah 24:7, GMS rulership 13, rulership 4. It says here, the new wine mourneth. It says the new wine mourneth in the vine language, and the merry hearted do sigh. Yeah, because every time you talk to a person, they're complaining about what they don't have. They complaining about rents is too high. They complaining about situations that they can't control, man. You know, every time you talk to somebody, they're just in his down spirit, you know, and they're just literally working to get by. And they're barely getting by because the jobs ain't really paying enough, man. You know, when you got inflation that's at 28% in certain factors, but you only getting a 6-7% increase on a job, you're still in poverty, man. All right, and this is why Esau was crashing out in record numbers, because he know he's losing. You know, these devils, man, they was getting by hand over fist. I mean, they had programs specifically for Edomites that they would not tell anybody about buying a home. First time buyers program, they getting 0% interest rate. Some Edomites that I found out here in Kansas City, they built up these multi-million-dollar homes, and I found out that they don't even fucking pay property tax on these homes, man. But if it was me to apply for a home like that, yeah, right, they hit me with all types of taxes and fees and yearly fees and annual fees, all types of shit, man. You see, because this is their kingdom. All right, like I'm a highly believer that Edomites pay lower tax than Jake. Okay, I really believe that. I really believe that our rents are higher. I believe when we go to the grocery store, I believe that we're taxed higher. Don't ask me why I believe it. I just believe so. I've heard several times in line, and now I buy the same item and the fucking price is a lot cheaper. I don't know if they hit a crack a discount button or some shit on the register, but I'm like, I just bought the same fucking avocado. Why am I paying 30 cents more than this person is paying, you know? So it's just like, it's something going on, man. But reality of it, they're just losing. Okay, they're losing and they're getting ready to lose. And you know what? So be it. You know, it's our time to rule. And it says here, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth. It says, and the noise of them that rejoiceth ended, and the joy of the harp ceaseth. Yeah. You know, your club venues, your gatherings, all these things are going to be a thing in the past. I remember when COVID kicked off in 2020, I mean, shit then turned around literally overnight. Okay, people was just in that scared, lackadaisical. They don't want to go near people's spirit. People wasn't in that mirth spirit. They was worried. They was scared, you know, because everybody thought it was the end. And that's coming back in a big way. But it says, and they should not drink wine with the song, and strong drink should be bitter to them that drink it, because, you know, usually you get your wine, you kicking it with the fam or whatever you do. You know, sometimes you be at the crib, you throw a little party. Everybody is in that happy-go-lucky spirit. But in this day and age, people gonna be drinking just to stay alive, man. just to stop from dealing with reality. Okay, like they got a term called "pour your own troubles." That's getting ready to be a real belief system. Okay, because trouble is coming to America. And it says here, in the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up that no man may come in. And the city of confusion is nothing more but America, Babylon the Great, man. All right. A couple more precepts. Here it says, there's crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, and the wine really goes into the mirth here. Okay, even though it's talking about physical wine, but also in a spiritual sense, the belief system, the ideologies, you know, the mirth. The mirth isn't what it is, man. Okay, people are not enjoying their day out. People are not enjoying their times. You know, you go home, you wake up, it's time to go to work again. It's literally people, they don't have the time to do it. And it says, and the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction, man. All right. So, yeah, that's where we at, man. Bam, let me see a couple more precepts here. Barazal, 144, Shalom, bro. Yahweh Shemashah Barakatha. Jeremiah 10:2, it says, thus says Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, right? Like we had this whole thing with the chariots and these drones popping up, and everybody was going batshit crazy, you know, but we didn't marvel because we know what it is. Though, you know, they gave us more hope and more faith to look forward to the Lord coming to destroy this place. You know, we wasn't out there bugging out like people was, you know. People were out there shooting at drones and shit. And we looking like, it's just the angels, you know, because we understand what these things are. Like it says, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time. So we going to be cool in that day. But verse 3, it says, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cut of the tree out of the forest, and work of the hands of workmen, and axe, and a deck with silver and with gold, and a fastening with nails, with hammers, that it move not. All right. And the Christmas tree is basically a phallus, like a phallic symbol. It's basically a penis, man. Okay, like if you go into that whole concept of Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz, that's all that shit goes back to. You know, Saturnalia. That's all it is heathenistic. Okay, it's not righteous. And people, they go out on an arm and a leg just to provide for a fucking holiday that don't even mean nothing to nobody, for real, man. You know, so the best thing that we had was coming into the truth, because shit, coming into the truth, shit, hey, it saved a lot of money around these times, because before you came into the truth, you know, you got all into this little folly Christmas Thanksgiving spirit, and when you finally come into the truth, you realize it was bullshit. Like, man, this is bullshit, you know. So it's like, it's a Christmas present, get the fuck out of here, man, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna end it here. It's pretty much just wanted to, you know, just a point out observed that I wanted to speak on. But I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord's will, you were edified. To the next lesson, Shalom, Baba Shalom.